Welcome to the Baking Steel Test Kitchen. And we're gonna make a calzone today. Can't wait. There's a lot of different ways of doing this. I think traditionally white cheese, like ricotta, like Lucali's, and they'll just dip it in tomato sauce. We're gonna do a little variation of that because I think you can just go to town and kind of use what we have. So we're gonna make a pepperoni pizza calzone today. All right. Let's get right to it. Using our it's like a 48-hour dough. I'm using parchment paper. So I'm going to drop this. The dough looks nice though, right? It's proofing nice. See the bubble popping. Pick it up a little bit, stretch it out. I'm going to stretch this about the same, around-ish. It's around the perimeter. Let's get a little tug. Gravity's doing all the work. You can see I've got a pretty good size dough here. Right? So now what I'm gonna do, sprinkle this a little bit better. Throw my dough right down on my parchment paper. One last press, get all those air bubbles out. Okay, look nice. Like a thin crust pizza almost. I'm gonna take some crushed tomatoes. Now I'm just kind of making this up as I go. This is a pepperoni pizza, right? I tend to leave my my fillings kind of on one half of this so I can just fold over, right? Not a lot of sauce. I'm going to sprinkle a little Romano. Why? Because why not? Okay, and now I'll take my ricotta, spoon some on, and this is you can see this is a whole milk ricotta from Whole Foods. Make my pile. It's a lot of cheese, isn't it? We like that. Add some. I'm gonna put pepperoni. I'm gonna sandwich pepperoni between the cheeses. That's how I roll, right? A little pepperoni. Okay, now I take some shredded fontina, just because I can. And that's really my stuffing, right? See that? See that? I do a 360 here. Now, what I'll do, I'm gonna fold. Now, this is very skillful here. Roll my sleeves up, okay? Take this over, make sure it's not sticking, right? Just kind of fold it over. You guys can see what I did there, right? And now it's like, it's pretty filled up. Now I'm just gonna pinch these edges. And I've seen this is done a couple of different ways. Some people will slice along the perimeter here, which also pinches it. I think it's the Lucali way. But I'm just gonna use my fingers to lightly pinch. And I've got my calzone. Isn't that beautiful? Stuffed, it's pretty nice. I got a little sauce leaking out, which is why I'm using parchment paper. It's going to bleed out into my steel that's been preheating at 500 degrees or 450 in my oven. I'm going to take this and just launch it onto my steel. So I just launched that in the oven. It's baking at 450 Fahrenheit. It's probably going to take about 10 to 12 minutes. While I'm doing that, I thought I'm not going to top that with olive oil too, which I was planning on doing at the end. We could do it before. It's gonna be awesome. Maybe some basil too. It's gonna be amazing. It's just about done. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. It's got some really nice. You can see it was bleeding a little bit, but that's okay. It's got some character to it. Let's go to this. Let's go to the camera again. Isn't that beautiful, guys? Right? It's hot, so I gotta be careful, but the bottom's cooked nice. It kind of, for the most part, stayed together, the seam. For toppings, you know, I might, before I slice it, I mean, I could put some basil on my plate, right? I could even, I don't have, this would not be the right like ramekin, but I would put some sauce here, right? So when I slice it open, I can dip it in sauce. I've got some basil. I could use a little bit of olive oil on top, right? Really pretty. Shout out to Grazia, the oil, amazing stuff. That's kind of it, right? It's beautiful as it is. This is kind of how Lucali's gonna serve it. Put some basil on top if you'd like. Right? There's no right or wrong answer, whatever your presentation is gonna be. Once I start slicing this, it's gonna bleed all over the place. But really, it's a beautiful calzone. It's cooked really nice. Inside's gonna be this steamy awesomeness. Right? Isn't that pretty? You see that? Beautiful, right?